Hi folks, Doc Jake from Sioux Nation Ag Center here. Today we're going to show you how to tube feed a calf. What you will need to complete this project is a calf tubing setup or enema bag that is clean and the electrolyte or milk replacer or colostrum that you are planning on giving to this calf. So folks, the first step is you're going to need your calf that you're going to administer the liquid to, and then mix up the liquid that you're going to use in the bottle and put the feeder on. Then when you give this, what you're going to want to do is gently pass that tube to the back of the calf's mouth and point it to the left. The reason for this is the esophagus is on the left side of the calf's neck. So if we look at the calf's neck, there's actually two main tubes that go down the calf's neck, the trachea and the esophagus. The trachea is where air is exchanged. Windpipe is the common name for it. The esophagus is actually like what goes to the stomach, and that's the one you're going to want to be directing this tube down. Now, the thing is that you can keep in mind is the trachea is a more firm tube. You can actually feel it. It'll have a bit of a ribbed type feel, and it'll be right here down the middle of the calf's neck. So now, as I was saying, we're going to give this calf the liquid, whether it's an electrolyte or a milk, by passing this tube gently to the back of the calf's throat. Then apply gentle pressure against the back of the calf's throat so the calf swallows the tube. Do not force the tube. That could cause problems with the calf in some sort of damage there in the back of the throat. You ready, Buck? Oh yeah, you might get something to eat, so now you care a little more. So I gently put pressure here, keeping the liquid portion downward. I do not want that liquid portion to tip up while I'm passing the tube down the calf's throat. Otherwise, it might dump out before it's in the calf's esophagus and end up going down the trachea, which then goes into the lungs. Obviously a major problem. With that gentle pressure, the calf will swallow the tube. Now here's a handy trick. Obviously we don't want liquid to go in the lungs. That's the number one way that you'll kill a calf while doing this. But there's a very handy, easy way to know you're not going to put it into the lungs. Remember how I said you could feel that trachea? It was more of a firm, ribbed structure. This tube is also firm. Once I have it in the calf's esophagus, I gently slide it back and forth. And here, between my fingers, I can feel the tip of this calf tuber sliding back and forth between my fingers. If the calf tuber is in the trachea, you will not be able to feel it sliding back and forth between your fingers, therefore you're in the wrong tube. If that's the case, pull the tube out completely and attempt the same process again. Now once I'm sure I have the tube in the correct spot and can feel it between my fingers, I'm confident I'm not going to put any liquid in the calf's lungs. At this point, I'll tip the bottle upwards and dispense the medication into the calf. Now once the bottle is empty, what I can do is remove the tube from the calf. I'm going to do this quickly because I do not want any of this to pool in the back of the throat and end up going in the lungs, like so. There you go, bud. The last step is always to pat the calf on the head and tell him that he's a good calf. All right, go ahead, buddy. So that's how the process of tube feeding a calf goes. If you have any other questions about how to accomplish this or need any of the products that you would use in a calf drench, feel free to reach out to us at Sioux Nation Ag Center. We're always here to help you with advice or products that feed that bottom line. Focus. So folks, if you're going to give a calf, first thing to do is pick a calf that's weaker and sicker than this one. So folks, to start the process of tube feeding a calf, first thing you're obviously going to want to do is get your liquid in the bottle that you're going to administer to the, gosh dang it, calf. Got the giggles now. Let's try this again. Take 5. Get the spit off your face. You look like a dork.